Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I have a new video today. So sorry that I actually didn't upload a video last week. I actually had an essay due and obviously that is my #1 priority at the moment. So I just had to kind of lay off filming for 1 week. But yeah, I'm obviously here with a new video and yeah, it's been a while since we've been in my room actually. It's been what? Maybe I think a month, 3 weeks or so, but yeah, we're obviously back in my room. Today I thought I would actually do a girl hacks video. Girl hacks, what does that mean? Well, for me, a girl hacks video would basically mean things I wish I knew before the age of 13, 12, 13, like, you know, that time when you're going through puberty and you wish people had told you, maybe, you know, how to handle your periods, what kind of bra you need to be wearing, and, you know, just kind of all of those stuff. So I guess that's what I'm going to be talking about in my video today. Get a cup of tea, make yourself comfortable, and yeah. Okay, so the first thing I actually do want to talk about is periods. Oh my gosh. So you're probably thinking, oh, I kind of know how a period works, you know, cycle of what, 28 to 32 days, I bleed, wear a pad to keep it moving. But I think it's a bit more than that, especially when you're, you know, you just started and no one actually tells you what to expect. I think even at the age of 19, I'm still just kind of trying to get the hang of my woman time during the 1 month. But so this is probably what you would have started out with. You know, we all know what this is. This is a pad, just a regular old pad. When I started my period, I always made sure I got like the pad that had the most amount of slurping power. Yeah, so obviously I like to get pads. I'm gonna open this up and we all know what a pad looks like. It basically does that. I like to get pads with wings only because, you know, you get that extra comfort in your underwear and, you know, it's a pad. But then as I got older, I kind of didn't like the feel of pads. I mean, they're nice for security, they're nice when, you know, you don't have a heavy flow sometimes, they're nice when, you know, you're not moving about so much, they're nice, you know, when you don't have to change them as much. But I realized as I got older I didn't, you know, like the feel of a pad. So I've only just started recently wearing tampons. Yes, so I'm actually going to show you two forms of tampons. This was actually the first tampon I actually bought and I thought to myself, okay, there's not really much difference between tampons, I'm just gonna pick one and see how that goes. Girl, no. Okay, so this is what it looks like. What it looks like, and I thought, okay, so you just stick it up for you and you kind of just go about your daily business. Girl, little did I know. So it's a little bit more than just that, and I wish I actually had the chance to sit down and talk to someone about, you know, tampons, because, you know, my mom never told me about tampons. She just kind of said, you're on your period now, so you're gonna wear a pad, these are the different types of pads that you can go for, but she didn't really tell me about this stuff. So I kind of actually started speaking to my friends about it, because I was like, girl, I know you wear some tampons, how do they work? So this is like the normal structure of a tampon. It's literally just like a cotton swab, like a really large cotton swab with a bit of string attached to it. So I was thinking in my head when I first got this, how do I actually put it in? I mean, it's a bit, you know, weird. How do I put it in? So I mean, this was the first tampon I got and I had a lot of issues obviously getting it in the right position, so obviously I don't feel it when I'm doing, you know, my normal business during the day. And like, yeah, I just didn't agree with this kind of tampon. It's too fiddly. So this was the first tampon I used. So then my lovely friends Savannah and Olabisi, shout out to y'all, I had a conversation with them and then they actually recommended the Tampax Pearl. I love these. They make my periods so much more easier, so much more cleaner. I feel like I'm free, like I'm just not held down by a pad. I feel like I could do anything that day. So obviously it comes like this. It's a bit different and a lot larger to this. Okay, and the reason why this obviously looks a lot bigger and more scary is only because it comes with an applicator. It's an applicator. It's pretty simple. It's an applicator, like you use it to apply it in the needed area. So this is actually what it looks like. So the little tampon is actually at the top in this area. And you know, you have the little applicator and the string. Obviously what you actually do with this kind of tampon is like you actually just stick it up, and this actually saves you the trouble of actually fiddling about with the other tampon. And all you actually have to do is just push it up and there you have it. It's like a little spaceship, you know, when the spaceship launches into the sky and then it propels the other thing away and then the other one drops off. That's basically what this is, and I just find it a lot easier, and it's just a lot less fiddly, and it's a lot nicer to deal with. And then obviously when you're done, you just pull it out. I prefer tampons only because they are a lot better. I feel cleaner, I feel like I'm able to do it a bit more. The only thing is, if you're not comfortable with, you know, sticking something up there, I wouldn't recommend sticking something up there. I mean, it comes with time. I mean, I started my period when I was 11, and only 8 years later have I decided to move from a pad to a tampon. So you don't have to, you know, obviously make that jump if you're not comfortable. I mean, once I saw the tampon light, I never went back. Yeah. Things to actually note with a tampon as well, it actually comes with a little leaflet that you can actually read. So the leaflet basically tells you how to put it in, and you know, some of the dangers that actually do come with wearing a tampon. I don't know if you guys have heard of toxic shock syndrome. This is the little leaflet it comes with. I would definitely recommend that you actually read the leaflet before you try and do anything. And yeah, it just gives you kind of clear and concise instructions on what to do. It has like a little diagram at the bottom, and I think that kind of helps me a bit more. I feel so embarrassed saying this because I'm 19 and I'm only just like, but anyway, it's for the greater good, for the greater good. Secondly, when you've actually figured out, okay, this is how I'm going to protect myself against leaking and, you know, make myself feel clean on my period, you might actually want to start thinking about pain relief. Now, as much as I would like to tell you guys that, you know, my period is easy breezy beautiful cover girl, it is not. Okay, I get into so much pain and I'm crying all the time and I'm on the floor. Like I actually feel like I'm just gonna die, and it's the worst pain ever. But I know some of you guys could definitely relate to that kind of pain. So how would you actually deal with pain relief during a period? Like, I'm not a doctor or anything, and I'm definitely not a pharmacist, but I'm just gonna, you know, give you guys an insight into what I do, considering I feel like I have like the worst period pain in the world. Okay, so normally I would start with a nice little classic hot water bottle. I got this from Primark for like £5, and I just love it because it actually stays warm and it's got like a bit of fur on top of it. So even when your hot water bottle is really hot, it kind of protects your skin from, you know, the scalding pain that this could probably give you. So normally I would just fill it up with hot water, and I will literally just place it on my abdomen, and I will literally just sit there for the whole day, and you know, that kind of soothes the pain a bit. I don't know, it kind of melts the pain away. That's what I kind of like to think. I definitely do like using the hot water bottle, only because there's some, you know, months where I really don't want to use medication, and you know, I'm trying to stay away from all of that. So this is definitely something that I would definitely opt for, especially if you have like, I don't know if people are allergic to painkillers. Can people be allergic to painkillers? I don't know. But if you are, this is a non-medical method that definitely works. I think it works, but obviously it's just not as effective as using some medication. So what do you do if you've got the hot water bottle and, you know, nothing is working, you're still in immense pain? I think the next step people always tell me is to go and get some paracetamol, but I just like to skip that step because in my mind I feel like paracetamol is a placebo and it doesn't work for me, and I feel like I'm just wasting my time taking some medication. So I basically go from 0 to 100 real quick. I actually take something called Sulfadine Plus. You can actually get this prescribed by your doctor, I think. Yeah, you can get it prescribed by your doctor. So I would recommend this, but obviously I'm not a doctor, so please go talk to your doctor before you go and buy anything, before you say okay, AJ said Sulfadine. Yeah, I just love it because it just works so well. When I pop this, I just sleep and I don't feel no pain at all. But obviously, like I said, please go and talk to your doctor about, you know, some strong painkillers. They could probably even recommend you something a bit stronger. And as well, this actually causes addiction, so you need to make sure that you only take it for maximum 3 days and then you come off it. So if you probably have a long cycle, I probably wouldn't recommend this for you, because obviously, you know, you can only use it for about 3 days and then you have to come off it. It actually contains paracetamol, codeine and caffeine as well. So obviously, like I said, go talk to your doctor about this, and you know, they could probably prescribe you this because, you know, I just like it, you know. So normally it is a soluble tablet, so you just put it in some water and it fizzes away. Tastes horrendous though, so I am a bit cheeky and I like to just dissolve it in some Fanta. I'm pretty sure that's not good. So if you do feel like the sulfadine is probably a bit too strong for you, if you have tried it, then maybe you could go down a step to ibuprofen. You know, you can obviously get that from just the corner shop or obviously from Asda's or Tesco's, whatever, and you know, that's a bit stronger than paracetamol, but you know, it does a better job. And as well, there is Feminax. So Feminax you actually don't need prescription for, but I feel like as well, again, this does not work for me anymore. I feel like I've just rinsed it out and I took it every cycle, so my body's just like, no, it doesn't work. Good, try Feminax. I know Feminax does come in two forms. It comes in the one that obviously works a lot quicker, and there's the one that lasts longer, and it's around £4 or so. You've probably seen it anyway, but yeah, I think that's a good medication if you feel like good old sulfadine here is a bit too strong for you. I am all for sharing what I've learned with you guys, and I feel like that's what I've learned. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, then don't forget to like this video as well, and don't forget to subscribe and share this with all your mates as well. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye. I'm enjoying myself so much right now. Look at my little Beyonce